the iPhone 8, FiLMiC Pro and the DJI Osmo Mobile 2. The result? Stay tuned to find out. Hey, Matt Holmes here from V8 Video Academy. Now, with the glorious weather we've been having here in the UK over the past few weeks, I thought I'd do something a bit different in today's video. So the other day, my wife and me and our two dogs, Frev and Loki, we went out for a lovely walk in the beautiful English countryside, and I took my iPhone 8 and my new DJI Osmo Mobile 2 with me to produce a little film that I'll be showing you shortly. But before I do that, I just wanted to run through a few things I did, a few things I learned about filming with the iPhone and the DJI Osmo Mobile 2 and FiLMiC Pro. Just so you can hopefully learn a few things, learn from my mistakes, that sort of thing. So the first thing I did, once I balanced my iPhone on the Osmo Mobile 2, was to open up the FiLMiC Pro app and set the resolution to 1080p rather than 4K, because shooting in 1080p allows you to film in frame rates up to 240 frames a second, whereas in 4K resolution you can actually only record up to 60 frames a second. So I wanted to film a whole video in slow motion, so most of the shots that you'll be seeing in a minute are filmed at 120 frames a second. There's a couple that are at 240 frames a second, but for the stuff I was filming it was almost too slow really. Now the next thing I just want to tell you about is camera movement. So I wanted to experiment a bit with different types of camera movement with the Osmo Mobile 2, and just to get used to the weight and the feel of the Osmo Mobile 2. I tried various different movements just to experiment with it really and get used to using it. So the first type of movement I did was the traditional sort of walking forwards type shot. The next type of movement was a sort of like a crane shot. So I would crouch down low and then slowly stand up and lift the gimbal, the Osmo Mobile 2, above my head. Next up, I tried combining a tracking shot, which is moving from left to right, sort of almost like a crab walking sideways. That's a tracking shot, or a dolly shot as it's sometimes known. And then combining that with a crane shot. So as I just explained, just sort of standing up slowly and lifting the gimbal above my head. So the next thing I tried was doing some real close-up sort of stuff of corn and plants and that sort of thing, because the lens, the camera lens on the iPhone 8 is actually pretty good, so you can get quite close to subjects, and with FiLMiC Pro you can adjust the focus, almost fine-tune the focus really, depending on what you're filming. So I shot these at 240 frames a second and just added some really gradual sort of slow movement, moving backwards and forwards and side to side. Now there's one thing I want to bring up here that I learnt while I was filming these videos, and it's important to, when you're doing these gimbal shots, especially walking forward shots and you've got lots of stuff in the frame, to lock down your focus. I filmed some really nice shots that I was really pleased with, but unfortunately because I hadn't locked the focus, I forgot to lock it, the shots are unusable, as you can see from these clips here. The camera's trying to focus on everything that's going on in the frame and it just can't cope, so the shots are unfortunately unusable. So with all that said, let's show you the video that I produced with my iPhone 8, FiLMiC Pro and the DJI Osmo Mobile 2. Roll that tape. So there you have it. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video and that you picked up a few tips and tricks for your iPhone filmmaking. Let me know your thoughts and questions in the comments section below this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.